Okay, fourth graders, we are going to read a book from Raz Kids or Reading A to Z or Learning A to Z. This is a level M book. It's called The Best Guess. And I want you to take a moment to look at the picture. What do you think this story is about? Harlan waited for Mr. Mac's ice cream truck to turn down Pine Street. Nora lived next door to Harlan. She was already in line. Guess how many bubbles I can blow in 30 seconds, Nora said. 5, replied Harlan. I think 10, said Nora. Harlan counted out 30 seconds. Nora blew 10 big bubbles. Nora's guesses were always right. Harlan wished he knew her secret. See how the word guess is bolded? Mr. Mac turned slowly down Pine Street. A big sign on the side of his truck read, Guess the first 100. And what do you think this means right here? This means degrees. So guess the first 100 day and win free snow cones for a year. The only thing Harlan loved more than making guesses was eating snow cones. This was the contest for him. So what do we know? It's obviously summer, right? And he is saying if you can pick the day that it's going to be 100 degrees, then you win snow cones for a year. Although in Minnesota, I don't know if I'd want a snow cone in January, but hey, why not? All right, let's find out what happens next. I want you right now to make a quick prediction about who you think will guess or will they not guess? What do you think is going to happen next? So good readers make predictions while they read. When would you like our guesses? Nora asked Mr. Mac. You can tell me right now, said Mr. Mac. Oh no, said Nora. I need time to make a good guess. I'm ready, said Harlan. I think the first 100-degree day will be... Wait! Shouted Nora. I have an idea. The neighborhood kids gathered around Nora. Soon they were all nodding and smiling. Harlan asked, Can we guess tomorrow? Tomorrow is fine, said Mr. Mac. Now, what kind of ice cream will you have today? I'd like chocolate, said Harlan. And I'll take bubble gum, said Nora. But we'll have to eat fast. We've got a lot of work to do. Ooh, what's your favorite ice cream? The next day, Harlan and Nora shared data they found. Ooh. Here are the high temperatures for our city, Harlan said. The weather station website lists the high temperature for each day of the year, and we have data from the past 10 years. We can each look at the data from 1 year. So remember, fourth graders, data is graphs and information that is factual, real information. Nora held up her book. Highest daytime temperatures are listed in this library book too, said Nora. Now we can make a chart. Harlan scanned the high temperature column on his sheet looking for the first 100-degree day. It was June 15th. Nora made a tally mark on the chart under June 15th. Each of the kids found the first 100-degree day in their year. Nora marked the days on the chart. Only June, July, and August had first 100-degree days. It's hard to compare all these tally marks, complained Harlan. A bar graph would show the data much better, said Nora. That's a great idea, said Harlan. I'll get some markers and a piece of paper. Harlan wrote first 100-degree days across the top of the paper. Next, he drew a line along the left side of the page and labeled it number of days. Ooh, this would be a great story to read when we're doing graphing. Then he drew a line along the bottom of the page and labeled it months. Nora looked at the chart and counted the tally marks for each month. On the bar graph, she colored in one bar for each mark. June had the fewest marks, and July had the most. The bar graph showed that the first 100 day would probably be in July. Well, said Nora, based on the graph, we can guess that the first 100-degree day is likely to be in July. And there are 31 days in July, said Harlan. Now they just needed to find 31 friends and family members. Boy, that Nora, they're so smart. The next day, the ice cream truck turned down Pine Street. Mr. Max stopped and opened the window. I'm ready for your good guesses, said Mr. Mack. Nora guessed July 15th, and Harlan chose July 25. The other kids all made their guesses. Then the moms, dads, sisters, and brothers all made their guesses. Soon, Mr. Mack had 31 guesses. They started at July 1st and then ended at July 31st. The kids on Pine Street were almost certain that someone on their street would soon have plenty of snow cones to share. Almost certain. Why aren't they certain? Do you remember what happened when they were looking at the dates? Were there some dates in June and some dates in August? Okay, so here were the words that were highlighted throughout the story. And so in the glossary, it gives you the definition and then it tells you what page it's on. So while you're reading, when you come across one of these words and you don't know what it means, you can always go back to the glossary. So a bar graph is a chart that uses bars to represent numbers. A column is a list of items written one under the other. Data is facts and figures relating to a topic. A degree is a unit of measure for temperature. Guess is to suggest an answer to a question or problem without knowing whether or not it's right. A tally mark is a line or check used to keep count, and temperature is how hot or cold something is.